Okay guys, now we've got section 4, questions 31 to 40, and this is another opportunity to get 10 out of 10, right? Because most of the time section 4 is one word only, so you can easily manage that. Complete the notes below. From here you understand that it's notes completion type of questions. Then they say no more than 2 words, so maximum 2 words and minimum 1 word, and see, number is not mentioned, right? When they say no more than 2 words and number is not mentioned, if any number comes, you will write it in a word. Exactly, yeah. So mass strandings of whales and dolphins. Now if you don't understand mass stranding, that doesn't matter. In the audio they will explain in the beginning what is mass stranding. By the way, when whales and dolphins, they come closer to the beach and then the tide is low and they are stranded on the beach without water and eventually they die, this is called mass stranding of whales and dolphins. You understand? When whales and dolphins come out of water on the beach and they are stuck there, that is called mass stranding. So mass stranding situations where groups of whales, dolphins, they've already mentioned, swim onto the beach and die. So if there is anything unusual, they will explain whether in the audio or on the question booklet. Question number 31. Common in areas where the dash can change quickly, something that can change quickly. Now think about the sea, right? Because you know, whales and dolphins, they live in the sea. Don't say they live in my town, they live behind my house and all that. So mass stranding of whales and dolphins, and then they say common in areas. Areas means the part of the sea where the dash can change quickly. Now what is it that changes? For dash can change quickly, they can use any other word, right? Or for quickly they can use the word sudden and all that. Let's do this together.
You will hear part of a lecture about a problem related to the behavior of certain sea creatures.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, with some of you about to go out on field work, it's timely that in this afternoon's session I'll be sharing some ideas about the reasons why groups of whales and dolphins sometimes swim ashore from the sea right onto the beach and, most often, die in what are known as mass strandings. Unfortunately, this type of event is a frequent occurrence in some of the locations that you'll be travelling to, where sometimes the tide goes out suddenly, confusing the animals. However, there are many other theories about the causes of mass strandings.
So, tides goes out suddenly. Goes out means changes. Tides, T-I-D-E-S, the direction in which the waves go. So, tides goes out suddenly. Alright, question number 32. Parasites, for example, some parasites can affect marine animals dash. It can be the body part of marine animal. Marine animals, something which they depend on for navigation. So it is something that the marine animals depend on for navigation, and these parasites affect that very thing. So it can be the part of body.
The first is that the behavior is linked to parasites. It's often found that stranded animals were infested with large numbers of parasites. For instance, a type of worm is commonly found in the ears of dead whales. Since marine animals rely heavily on their hearing to navigate, this type of infestation has the potential to be very harmful.
So, ears, right? They mentioned that in the ears, a sort of, for parasite they used what word? No, they used another word. Worm. Worm is found inside the ear. So animals' ear or ears plural, that is the right answer. Okay guys, toxins, question number 33. Poisons from dash or dash. It means now 2 words. Poisons, and where do the poisons come from? Just imagine sea life. Poisons can come from where? Come on. In the sea, where can the poisons come from? From pollution, or okay, or there are 2 types of living things in the sea. One, these animals, and second, plants. So it may come from these animals and it may come from plants. Okay, anyways, let's see. So you need to see poisons. Where do they come from?
Another theory is related to toxins or poisons. These have also been found to contribute to the death of many marine animals. Many toxins, as I'm sure you're aware, originate from plants or animals. The whale ingests these toxins.
Many toxins originate from plants or animals. Now, when you write your answer, do not write or. Right answer will be wrong. Why? Because the question type is no more than 2 words. So your answer should be plants, and then you can give some space, and after that you can write animals. Or you can write plants, comma, and then you can write animals. But don't write or. If you write or, they will cross it on. Question number 34, please. Now, it's accidental stranding, and before that they have mentioned 1995 and all that. So question number 34, accidental strandings are unlikely because the majority of animals were not dash when they stranded. It can be an activity. Majority of animals were not, for example, were not sleeping, were not swimming, were not waking when they stranded. So the answer is a verb, and see which verb is that.
Alternatively, it has also been suggested that some animals strand accidentally by following their prey ashore in the confusion of the chase. In 1995, David Thurston monitored pilot whales that beached after following squid ashore. However, this idea does not seem to hold true for the majority of mass strandings, because examination of the animal's stomach contents revealed that most had not been feeding as they stranded.
Most were not been feeding as they stranded. As they stranded means when they stranded. So feeding will be the answer. Okay, next is human activity. Dash from military tests. It can be pollution from military tests are linked to some recent stranding. Now let's see what is the answer.
There are also some new theories which link strandings to humans. A growing concern is that loud noises in the ocean cause strandings. Noises such as those caused by military exercises are of particular concern and have been pinpointed as the cause of some strandings of late.
So, noises. See, answers are very simple, but just have to catch it from the audio. Noises or noise. Okay, question number 36. They say Bahamas 2000 and stranding was unusual because the whales, and then there are 2 points, because the whales were all dash. Now there is something quality of a whale. The answer can be an adjective. Whales were all, or it can be a verb. Adjective can come or a verb can come. Now what is it that whales were doing? That is going to be your answer. 36.
One of these, a mass stranding of whales in 2000 in the Bahamas, coincided closely with experiments using a new submarine detection system. There were several factors that made this stranding stand out as different from previous strandings. This led researchers to look for a new cause. For one, all the stranded animals were healthy.
For one means the first point, all the stranded animals were healthy. Okay, now first point they mentioned all the stranded animals were all healthy. Second, were not in a. In a means like in a something. All the animals were not in a something. Let's just see. Again, you will focus on the word not. Yeah.
In addition, the animals were spread out along 38 kilometers of coast, whereas it's more common for the animals to be found in a group when mass strandings occur.
So animals were spread out. Yeah, so it means they were not in a group. They did not use the word not, but they said usually when the stranding occurs, they are in a group. So they were not in a group. Listen again.
In addition, the animals were spread out along 38 kilometers of coast, whereas it's more common for the animals to be found in a group when mass strandings occur.
So whereas it's more common is the replacement for not. right? So it means they were not in a group. Okay, let's move on. Group will be the answer. Group behavior. Group behavior, more strandings in the most dash species of whales. Dash species means the type of species, right? More strandings in the most dash. It can be like most common species of whales. Most something. Okay, let's see what that is.
A final theory is related to group behavior and suggests that sea mammals cannot distinguish between sick and healthy leaders and will follow sick leaders even to an inevitable death. This is a particularly interesting theory since the whales that are thought to be most social, the toothed whales, are the group that strand the most frequently.
So the whales that are social, they are the most that strand. So the answer is social. I play this audio again. Please focus.
A final theory is related to group behavior and suggests that sea mammals cannot distinguish between sick and healthy leaders and will follow sick leaders even to an inevitable death. This is a particularly interesting theory since the whales that are thought to be most social, the toothed whales, are the group that strand the most frequently.
So the toothed whales, they are most social and they are the ones that strand more. Okay, question number 39. 1994, dolphin stranding. Only the dash was ill. Was means singular. One dolphin or dolphin among them, that was ill. So what that was?
The theory is also supported by evidence from a dolphin stranding in 1994. Examination of the dead animals revealed that, apart from the leader, all the others had been healthy at the time of their death.
Apart from leader, all the animals were healthy. So when I say apart from leader, all the animals were healthy, it means leader was unhealthy, or unhealthy means ill. See that? You need to just determine on your own. If I say apart from one, all are healthy, so that means one is unhealthy, ill. So leader will be the answer. I play this again so that you make sure.
The theory is also supported by evidence from a dolphin stranding in 1994. Examination of the dead animals revealed that, apart from the leader, all the others had been healthy at the time of their death.
Alright, last question. Further reading. Now there is something reading. Marine mammals ashore corner, it's the article or a book. Marine mammals ashore corner gives information about stranding dash, something related to stranding.
I recommend John Connor's Marine Mammals Ashore as an excellent starting point if you're interested in finding out more about these networks or establishing one yourself.
No, not establishing. How can you say stranding, establishing? Networks, exactly. Please listen again.
I recommend John Connor's Marine Mammals Ashore as an excellent starting point if you're interested in finding out more about these networks.
If you are interested finding out more networks.
Or establishing one yourself.
Or establishing one on yourself. So stranding, network or networks will be the answer. Alright, that's it.